In the late 2000s, a new sound was bubbling up from the internet. It was raw, emotional, and it didn't care about the old rules of hip-hop. At the center of it all was a teenager from Chicago's south suburbs who could turn heartbreak into a hit song in just 20 minutes. His name was Jared Anthony Higgins, but the world would come to know him as Juice WRLD. In a career that barely lasted 2 years, he became the defining voice of emo rap, amassed billions of streams, and bared his soul for millions of fans. But his meteoric rise was shadowed by the very demons he sang about. This is the full story of Juice WRLD. Part 1. The Making of a Legend. Born on December 2, 1998 in Chicago, Juice WRLD's musical journey started early. By age 4, he was learning piano, later picking up guitar and drums. His mother, a single parent, was religious and didn't allow hip-hop in the house. So young Jared found his inspiration elsewhere, through rock and pop-punk bands like Blink-182 and Panic! At the Disco, often discovered through video games like Guitar Hero. He once said in an interview, "I didn't really listen to rap until later. I was raised on rock. That melody-heavy style stuck with me." That influence would later define his entire sound, melodic, emotional, and deeply personal. In his second year of high school, he began uploading songs recorded directly on his cell phone to the streaming platform SoundCloud under the name Juice the Kid, a tribute to the Tupac film Juice. He later evolved the name to Juice WRLD. "Honestly, I'm not even sure where the word world came from," he once said. "I was just trying to be creative." But for him, it came to represent taking over the world. His raw talent was undeniable. He was a prolific freestyler, often writing and recording songs in one take directly from his head. Friends described him as having a photographic memory for lyrics and melodies. He could hear a beat once and have a full song written in minutes. In 2017, he connected with producers he met on Twitter, other high schoolers like Nick Mira, and released his first EP, 999. The track Lucid Dreams started to bubble in underground circles, but the real breakthrough was just months away. Part 2. The Breakthrough. On February 25, 2018, Juice WRLD and director Cole Bennett released the music video for All Girls Are the Same. Posted on YouTube, it exploded overnight. The song was a raw, unfiltered look at romantic failure and emotional turmoil. It was the perfect introduction to the sound that would define a generation. Within weeks, millions of young fans found solace in his words. Finally, someone was saying what they felt. Just months later, in June, the official release of Lucid Dreams sent him into the stratosphere. Built on a sample of Sting's Shape of My Heart, the track was a melancholy masterpiece of heartbreak, mixing melodic singing with a nonchalant rap flow. Sting later said he was moved by the track and cleared the sample because he recognized genuine talent. The song peaked at number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and has since been certified diamond. Amidst this whirlwind success, Juice WRLD signed a $3 million record deal with Interscope Records. His debut album, Goodbye and Good Riddance, arrived in May 2018, solidifying him as a new kind of superstar. Tracks like Wasted, Armed and Dangerous, and Lean With Me showed his range, vulnerability mixed with bravado, sadness wrapped in melody. He became the face of the SoundCloud rap scene alongside artists like XXXTentacion and Lil Peep, artists who weren't afraid to be vulnerable. "What's the 27 Club? We're not making it past 21, he rapped on the song Legends, a tribute to his fallen peers. It was a lyric that would prove to be tragically prophetic. Part 3. The Weight of Fame. By late 2018, Juice WRLD was headlining tours, appearing on festival stages, and collaborating with some of the biggest names in music, Future, Travis Scott, and Ellie Goulding among them. But behind the scenes, the pressure was mounting. Juice WRLD's music was a window into his mind. He spoke openly about anxiety, depression, and heartbreak. He wanted to normalize these conversations for his fans, but his lyrics also revealed his coping mechanism: drug use. Songs like Lean With Me were not just titles, they were confessions. He He had begun using drugs as a freshman in high school, but his consumption intensified with fame. He misused Xanax and Percocet and drank lean, a combination he openly admitted to. In a 2018 interview, he described his drug use as a way to numb the pain, saying it helped him cope with the pressure. "I take drugs because it makes me feel normal," he told a reporter. "It quiets my brain."
As his fame grew, his team tried to intervene, staging interventions and attempting to wean him off the substances. They knew he was fighting a battle that extended far beyond the recording booth. In interviews near the end of his life, he seemed more tired, more guarded. The joy of making music was being overshadowed by the machinery of fame, yet he kept working. In 2019, he released his second studio album, Death Race for Love. It debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200. The title felt almost ironic, a race he was running but couldn't win. Part 4. The Final Hours. On December 8, 2019, Juice WRLD and his entourage landed at Chicago's Midway International Airport on a private jet from Los Angeles. He was coming home. He had just turned 21 years old 6 days earlier. Friends said he seemed in good spirits, excited to see family and celebrate the holidays. But as the plane taxied, federal agents were waiting. They had been tipped off about guns and drugs on the flight. The search was about to begin. According to federal documents, law enforcement discovered 70 pounds of luggage belonging to Juice WRLD and his team. Inside, they found multiple guns and containers of codeine. As law enforcement began searching luggage, Juice WRLD began to convulse and seize. According to witnesses, he was given 2 pills by his security guard to slow down his heart rate from the anxiety of the police encounter. The pills were Percocet, oxycodone. They were meant to calm him down, but they had the opposite effect. Moments later, he suffered a fatal seizure. He was rushed to a hospital where he was pronounced dead. He was 21 years old. The subsequent autopsy revealed that Juice WRLD died from a toxic combination of oxycodone and codeine. He had ingested the pills specifically to hide them from the police. The irony was devastating. He was trying to avoid trouble, and it cost him his life. Part 5. The Aftermath. In the wake of his death, the world mourned not just a rapper, but a poet. Fans gathered at his murals in Chicago, leaving flowers, candles, and handwritten notes. Fellow artists took to social media in disbelief. Drake posted a photo with the caption, "Rest in peace to our brother Juice WRLD, such a talented young artist." His mother, Carmela Wallace, released a statement that read in part, "Jared was a kind, generous, and loving son, brother, and friend. He touched so many lives with his music and his heart. We are heartbroken." She established the Live Free 999 Fund to help young people struggling with addiction and mental health issues. The number 999, his favorite symbol, represented turning any negative situation into a positive. Posthumous albums Legends Never Die and Fighting Demons debuted at #1, breaking streaming records and proving that his connection with fans was stronger than ever. Legends Never Die opened with 497,000 album equivalent units in its first week, the biggest posthumous debut in 23 years. Songs like Come and Go with Marshmello and Wishing Well dominated charts worldwide. Juice WRLD left behind a massive vault of unreleased music, thousands of songs that continue to be shared. Producers and engineers estimate there is enough material for another decade of releases. Part 6. The Legacy. He wanted to be remembered as someone who helped people. He once said, "I just want to be remembered as somebody that did something great for the people, that helped people through their hard times." In that, he succeeded. Fans across the globe credit his music with saving their lives. Comments on his videos read like testimonials, "Your music got me through my darkest days." "I wouldn't be here without you, Juice. 999 forever." His influence can be heard in a new generation of artists, those blending singing and rapping, those unafraid to be vulnerable, those carrying the emo rap torch forward. He was a shooting star, here for just a moment, but his light left an indelible mark on the sky. Conclusion. 7 years since Death Race for Love, 7 years since we lost him, but his voice never left. Every time a fan hits play on Lucid Dreams, every time someone finds comfort in All Girls Are the Same, every time the 999 hand sign flashes in a crowd, Juice WRLD lives on. He was 21 years old when he left us, but in those 21 years, he gave the world something timeless. If this story touched you, drop a 999 in the comments and subscribe for more untold stories of the artist we'll never forget. Rest easy, Jared.